Hello there once again, people. Welcome to yet another episode of Marvelous Monstrosities and, well, Devilish Designs. It's been a bit of a time, been burnt out by various things, ended up doing some different stuff and whatnot, and now I'm back, because we have more to tackle, lots to tackle actually out there, including this combo pack for a registered Quake. There's really not much documentation at all, really? Like, he kind of gives a list of what exactly there is. But, first of all, he says minor modifications have been made. He doesn't really tell you what modifications were made. And on top of that, well, he just basically throws together a list and then says it hasn't been tested in multiplayer and hasn't even been tested really in single player for that matter. It should work fine. Your PC may blow up. Who knows? Yeah, doesn't really have any credits. So, needless to say, this is just a random file that existed in 1996, and now I managed to find it, and now I'm playing it, for the reason of it's a compilation, and therefore has a bunch more than trying to find them individually. So let's see here, good map for this thing. I feel like I always end up playing the same maps. It's interesting, it doesn't feel like Quake has a lot less maps that, you think about. E3M7, that's a weird one. So first thing first, when I walk around, you will hear footstep sounds. If I press Impulse 17, I believe I can disable that. Turn it back on with Impulse 17. So as you see, it's a little bit of a feature. However, it's an annoying feature. I'm not a big fan of having constant noises like that. Same reason why like having shells where you shoot a shotgun is rather annoying. It's kind of noise spam. It gets really in the way or whatnot when I'm walking around and hear a click, 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 click. There's a big reason why you don't have sound in most FPS titles when you're walking around. And I think this is the reason. Because, yeah, it sounds absolutely aggravating trying to move around like this. So needless to say, I'm going to turn it off and forget it exists. Alright, so that is that one. Impulse 12. It's a flashlight. Much like the other flashlights we have, does this one alert enemies? I know some of them in the past have alerted enemies. No, it does not. You just shine it, it lights up whatever. Ridiculously overpowered, doesn't cost any ammo whatsoever, so it's even worse than flares in that regard. And yeah, totally breaks the balance of darkness. So far, we're doing really, really terrible. Okay, what is next? Well, we got Impulse 14 being a chase camera. Yep, if you wanted the ability to see my character run around in 3D, I totally can! Oh my god, yes. We've seen it in demos before where you could have like a bit of a chase camera, but not really like a full-out chase cam like this. Also, the chase cam is a bit too close for comfort. Like, it's really, really awkward. And yeah, it seems like it gets stuck a lot, like here. But as you see, you do get a chase cam. If you ever want to play Quake in third person, for whatever reason, you have it. I have no real reason to be playing Quake in third person. I don't think anybody really has much of a reason to be playing Quake in third person. So I don't think this is going to be added to the server. Even if it is a little bit of a funky feature, I will say. Definitely interesting, and I wouldn't be too averse to playing with it. It's just not my thing, definitely. So let's see, can I aim and kill that ogre? Kill that ogre! This is horrible. Yeah, I can barely see what I'm doing. Okay, let's run back. And turn Impulse 14 to turn chase camera off. Of course, now there's one problem. My guns are invisible. Alright, drop view model 1? Let's see. Alright, drop view model 0. Alright, drop view model 1. Well, now we have one major problem. My guns are invisible and they don't seem to be reappearing. Let's restart the level. Yeah, so that's one big problem with the chase cam. It makes the guns invisible, but then you don't get the guns back. So, needless to say, it's not something I hate that footprint sound. And having to change it back every single time is even more annoying. Okay, so if we bind H to Impulse 16, we'll get even more of a terrible thing. Watch this. See that zombie over there? Press H. And there we are! He's gone! Did you ever want to just remove every enemy in the map? You can now. All you do is look, point, and monster's gone. Yes, we have a freaking monster remover. Because what says a good gameplay like the ability just to press a button and remove every enemy from the map? Oh look, even if you run over ammo, like, if you run over rockets, it tells you rockets. But now my gun is invisible again, so this seems to be a reoccurring issue. Yeah, it seems like a simplified text as opposed to, again, you know, the fancy text you normally would. Not sure I like that either. So needless to say, this is all terrible. I can't think of one thing I'm liking of this. So, see that fiend? He's gonna kill me! No, he's not. Yeah, this is terrible. This is downright terrible. I'm sorry, but there's no other way to say it. This is atrocious. Having a way to remove enemies by pressing a button is one of the worst things you could possibly do. You know, I mean, this is almost as bad as the atom bomb was. I mean, the atom bomb destroyed everything in a single shot, but at least you could justify its usage and say maybe it was intended for multiplayer only. This is literally a monster remover. You point it, you click, and the monster gets removed. There's nothing more complicated than it. That is literally its purpose. I can't even believe. So let's see here. Next thing is that if you have... I don't really want to play this map. Let's see here. If I do like E1M sits, that might be a better map for this type of thing. So you see, shells fall out of my shotgun. Makes sense. He really likes this annoying stuff. Now, the bodies are not solid, but you can jib them. At least I thought you could. He said you could jib the bodies. I don't think I can jib the bodies. Maybe it's only for like grunts. Maybe it's like one of those early versions. No, you can't even do it for grunts. Okay, what is he talking about? Non-solid but jibbable bodies. If I do like an Impulse 9 and blow up a rocket launcher, will jib? Let's hope. Oh yeah, also as you see, if you shoot an explosion, it causes fires to appear. I guess they're trying to do the Duke Nukem 3D idea, with like explosions and all that. The fire is just kind of dropping though, makes it look really tacky. I don't even like that really. Yeah, that looks horrible. Especially because if I do something like this, the fires aren't exactly injuring me. Oh, they actually do. Fires injure you. That's interesting. Fires actually burn you to death. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of how it looks. I feel like it's a fire effect. Like I said, the fires like make it really tacky. Half of it goes through a wall. It's just not the most stable of things. Yeah. So yeah, you can jib monster bodies, I said. Say like you wanted this grunt to be killed. My mouse wheel's not working. But so you see, you can jib a monster body just by blowing it up. You can't really jib a head or anything, I think. Also tells you what gun you have by swapping to... Oh, actually no. You can swap between the grenade launcher and the flamethrower. Which I think we've seen the flamethrower before, but yeah, all it really is a different mode for the grenade launcher. If I'm right, if I like choose E1M3, let's see if I get the grenade flamethrower. So I pick this up. Flamethrower, there we are. As you see, still exists. Really, it's just a weapon that you spam shells? Yeah, you spam it shells. You're able to set an enemy on fire, and they take continual damage from being burned. At least I think so. It's just a really slow burn. I probably shouldn't have done it with a fiend. But then again, I guess we'll see the devastating results if he dies with it. I just need to survive that long. Could you, like, die? Come on, we're trying to do an experiment here. I'm not sure he's actually taking damage. Guys, I don't think he's actually taking damage. I think it's just the effect he has on him. Yeah, I don't like the simplified messages. At all. And the flamethrower is a nice little effect, but it should damage him. It should do something. This guy's literally running at me on fire. He should kind of, you know, be getting hurt from the fire. makes kind of a lot of sense to me. But yeah, he's just, you know, if he was getting fired, he'd make like injury sounds or something. He's not getting injured in any way. So yeah, the flashlight, I hate. It basically ruins light balance. The monster remover, yeah. Footstep sound, garbage. Shell eject, worthless. Yeah, needless to say, none of this stuff is exactly the explodable corpses that were found in E1M1. I prefer to having the solid bodies like the way I do have it. I like it being more of like a solid thing that you can actually hit and break apart, as opposed to neon explosives every time you want to break it. So another thing, exploding backpacks. If you played on my server, you know about this pretty well, but there you are. You can blow up backpacks, they blow up, and they kill everything in the vicinity. They're really, really nightmarish if you're playing in the server. But yeah, I already have that feature, so that's not exactly something I can really praise or talk about too much. So, yeah, so far, the big things, like I said, I think I've seen the flamethrower somewhere else. I don't know where. I imagine when I look around, I'll actually figure out where exactly it came from, though. But I believe I've seen it somewhere. And I believe I saw it actually better as it caused damage to the enemies, I believe. If you do Impulse 18 and Impulse 19, it will change your skin. This is actually probably a good time to use the chase cam. Chase cam's Impulse 14. So I can see my skin change. Wait. Didn't I change my skin? Skin changed! Skin changed! Yeah, I don't even think it's supporting seeing my skin actually change. So needless to say, even if you do change your skin, I don't think it's actually physically changing. Or maybe it is, but it's just possibly supporting it. No, the chase cam is supposed to work with multi-skin. Let me actually see, it came in a PAK file. What I want to see is, does it come with a multi-skin file? No, it does not, which would explain a lot of why this is happening. So, yeah, needless to say, it is just something that's not really worthwhile at all. So, yeah. So we have multi-skin support, like almost every other mod out there. That's not exactly exciting in any way. Explodable backpacks. Surprised we don't have injurable crucified zombies. Do we have that? He didn't mention it, but almost every mod that has a compilation usually has it. Look at that. You have your crucified zombies. I even have to assume. No, it was pretty much almost obvious that they would have this, because every single one of them has it. It was pretty much that feature that everyone wanted. But yeah, I don't like the fire. It just doesn't look right to me. The footstep sounds really annoying. The automatic enemy remover is garbage. Yeah, this is just a lot of terrible things. The multi-skin support I kind of have as best as I can. That's one backpacks I already have. If I hit Impulse 21, that will actually give me my grappling hook. Which, well, we've seen my grappling hook a million times before, but here we are. Again, the grappling hook. Like I said, I've talked about this plenty of times. The big issue with the grappling hook is, well, it's a grappling hook. You're basically able to go anywhere in the map, including numerous areas you're not intended to go. Needless to say, it's easily able to break maps, exploit maps. Oh, this one does actually have the sound when you, like, slide into an enemy. It just keeps whacking them. Yeah, normally when you have, like, the grappling hooks, it usually makes that, like, spawn sound. But here, it just continues to make a bing sound. See? A little detail that was important to note for some reason that I'm not really sure. But yeah, here's your grappling hook. You got a grappling hook. So let's see here. I showed you that. What's laser targeting about? What's Impulse 13 do? Oh yeah, one of the recent mods we actually had a little while back. We had the ability to have basically like a little scope or something like that with that blue globe. I think it was actually called like id globe or something. And yeah, this is basically that. You have the ability to basically, instead of just a scope, you have the ability to have a globe that you move around with. Not exactly the most notable of features, I would say. But yeah, it's there. So let's see. This is totally worthless because I have a crosshair. Why do I need a giant globe sitting on the world when I have a crosshair? You You know, if anything, this feels kind of stupid to have on. Because it's just going where my crosshair is and looks more tacky. So let's see here. We have a tacky crosshair. We have a flashlight that breaks the lighting. We have a chase cam that, well, that's actually relatively useful. If you really want a chase cam, but... I mean, I think one or two times I've said it would be nice to have, like, Quaking a third-person thing. You know, for, like, multi-skin testing and whatnot. But, yeah. That might be really the biggest benefit of it, is to see what skin you have. But until I actually get skins working on the server right, where you can actually swap skins, it really doesn't help in any way. So until that point, yeah, it's a pretty worthless feature. But, it's a long-term thing. It's something that will help something else later down the line. The monster remover is the worst thing possibly ever. Non-solid but gibbable monsters, I prefer gibbable. Footstep sound is really, really annoying me. Shell eject, I don't like. I mean, at least it's not making a sound. Yeah, it's not actually making the sound it would be in the other one. Which is good. But at the same time, I don't even like seeing the projectiles flying around. It's a very short time, this one, so it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of, like, having anything show on the ground like that. Yeah, I feel like it's just a bit messy. It doesn't add anything, and it makes it more of an annoyance than anything. The thing about solid bodies, and the reason why I have them, is because it's almost a hindrance. You know, it's the benefit of having, like, a bunch of bodies blocking a doorway, so you have to, like, chop them to get through them. You know, say it's like a consequence of fighting all these enemies, and now you have an area filled with dead bodies. Plus the freedom to chop up bodies as you will. It's just a nice thing, as opposed to here, where you need a rocket launcher to blow it up. It's just not the same. Now, for flamethrower... Well, that felt like a rocket launcher. There we are. Flamethrower, not really that great of a thing. Like I said, you basically just spam ammo at it. It's really, really more of an effect-based thing. And even if you set fire to something and burn it, it doesn't really kill it. Takes... Oh, there we are! Look at that! He's on fire! Okay, so flamethrower does work. It can set enemies on fire. I guess it just glitched out with the one enemy I had. Yeah, so it's a nice little feature to have. Set things on fire and just burn them to death. But yeah, not really a fan of adding like extra weapons. And having something for expendable shotgun ammo, not really something I would really add by default. If someone really wanted it, I would. I don't think really this one is like too overpowered anyway. It doesn't seem like it's causing like many issues with like the game. Then again, I don't know if like the continual damage is like a bad idea. That might actually be a bit overpowered, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a thing. It exists. So let's see here. We got ourselves a footstep sound that's annoying, a grappling hook, which I find annoying. Yeah, basically a bunch of stuff I don't really like. Yeah. So, if you jib a dead body, you get an explosion. And also, flames appear after explosion. That was unique to this mod. I'm not exactly sure what exactly, Oh, maybe I should try and jib the dead body. Ah, okay. So it just makes that sound when you jib them. Not really the most exciting or interesting anyway. Anyway, one last thing before I get out of here is I want to check and see E2 and 3. I think, yeah, I think that's 48 enemies. I think there's like 6 rotfish. So needless to say, I am almost flatly confirming that the rotfish glitch has not been fixed with this compilation. It may have a lot of different randomness, but none of it really helped in that direction. So, yeah. Needless to say, none of it's really that exciting. We have a giant compilation of garbage, but I'm not really sure any of it's stuff I would really want for like the server or really anywhere. What exists already in the server is kind of salvaged. You know, the exploring backpacks I already have, multi-skin I have, but I don't really have the ability to support it and swap it between, because otherwise it basically just puts back to the first skin every single time, which is really, really annoying. The chase cam is pretty useless, but could be a potential useful feature in case anyone really wanted it. Flashlight, I don't like at all. Laser target's worthless. The flare gun, I think I totally missed the flare gun, didn't I? Yeah, wait, why do you have a flare gun? If you have a flashlight, why even have a flare gun? I don't know, but we have one. And it's just like the flare gun we've seen a million times. We've seen flares to death. You know, it's going to have that. It's going to sizzle. No, it's not even going to sizzle. It's just going to flat out disappear. But, yeah, you want to have a flare gun, there's a flare gun. And wait, did it take 5 shells? I think it took 5 shells, didn't it? Yeah, I think I just noticed it actually taken 5 shells on me. No, I just picked up shells. My mistake. So, yeah, needless to say, a flare gun, which pretty much is worthless with a flashlight. Why even have both? If you're going to have one, why have the other? We have a monster remover, which is totally worthless. Non-solid bodies are worthless. The footstep sounds totally annoying. The shell eject, at least it's less annoying than it is in the main file. But like I said, I just don't like the effect. I don't like the idea of seeing things on the ground. It feels more like particle effects and all that is something you really don't want spamming a lot of. If you have that, it gets more distracting from like the combat and what you're actually supposed to be dealing with. That's kind of part of the balance I've been focusing on with a lot of it, is things that don't get in the way of combat or whatnot. Or if it does get in the way of combat, it's in a way that's like making it more challenging or something as opposed to more annoying. AKA, you know, shell eject. Or any particle effect for that matter. But yeah, let's see here. Grappling hook I hate. Flamethrower. If you really someone wanted it, I would add it, but it's really not something I really feel is necessary. And I'm almost questioning the flame damage ability if that would be unbalanced, because at that point you're not really needing to waste much ammo. So basically you have a shotgun and you could basically potentially burn something to death. Yeah, that's a bit overpowered in my opinion. Then again, you do need a grenade launcher for it, so that might be its balancer. No idea, though. It's just not something I'm really feeling like enthused about or saying, ooh, I'm adding that to my server. Anyway, this seems to be really the end of the compilation at least. Thank God, because, yeah, it's been a lot of random garbage. Thank y'all for watching. I know this has been a long, tiresome one, but at least we got to see a lot of weird oddities. And with that in mind, thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you all next time.